Alright guys, so welcome to part 2 of my tackle tour series. Today I'm going to be talking about my terminal tackle and all of my other lures that are not soft plastics. Hopefully you guys enjoy. I'll have part 1 linked in the bio, and when part 3 comes out I'll have it also linked in the bio. If you guys have any questions about any of these baits or any comments, I'll leave them down below. If you guys like the video, please like, and if you're not subscribed already, make sure you're subscribed. So let's get right into it. Alright guys, so let's start off with my terminal tackle. This is my terminal tackle box. It's a Plano shallow pro latch 3700 series box. It's not waterproof or anything. I'm going to be picking up a Bass Mafia in a couple of months for my terminal tackle. Let's open her up. And this is all of my terminal tackle. So I have it organized. I'll show you guys what I have in each compartment. Here I have just some miscellaneous stuff. Here I got all my hooks, or most of my hooks. Here, this side being the biggest, this side being the smallest. Some swim bait hooks. Again, this side being the biggest weight and the biggest size, this one being the smallest. Have some finesse hooks here, shaky heads. I'll just go through it. So I have a Sharpie right here in case I want to color in my braid. A random fish head spin, or fish head spin or underspin by Perfect Jigs, and a wacky rig tool. Here I got some peg stoppers for weights and some extra bands that I use for my drop shotting setups. Here I have a bunch of treble hooks, or a couple of treble hooks and a bunch of split shots. I'm not sure what size they are, so don't ask me. Here I got some spinnerbait hooks with the tube that I used to put it on. Getting onto the hooks here, I have, this is my, what's that supposed to be here? This is my drop shot hook section right here. You guys can see that I have everything labeled. If you guys can read it, that's great. I can't read it from this side, but these are all of my drop shot hooks. Most of them are size 1 or 1/0. Here I got some miscellaneous 2/0 hooks. Here I got all of my 2/0 wide gap hooks, offset wide gap hooks, 3/0, 4/0, and 5/0. And here I have some Baitmate stick attractant I got in a mystery tackle box. Here I have all of my finesse worm hooks and my flipping hooks. These are 4/0 VMC. Here I got some 3/0. What are these called? I'm not sure what they're called, but they are swim bait heads. Got some Mega Bass little guys here too for some grubs. Over here I have all of my, some more 3/0 and mostly 4/0 swim bait hooks, belly weight swim bait hooks. They're either 1/8 or 1/4, I believe. I can't read from this side, but most of them are 4/0. And here I have all my 5/0 swim bait hooks. So I have some of the Freedom Jigs. You guys can see some underspins, some 5/0 belly weighted hooks, and some 5/0 swim bait hooks. So you guys can see. There you go. Moving up here, I have all of my wacky rig jig heads. Some are weighted, some are 1/4 ounce, and some of them are without a weightless right here. I think most of those are either 1/0 or size 1 again. Here I have all of my shaky heads. Most of them are 1/4 ounce. Actually, all of them in this compartment are. My favorite shaky head is this Owner shaky head right here, the screw lock. I have a Doomsday Reaper tied on right now from the summertime, but got some Owners in there. Got some, most of them are Owners actually. Got some VMC shroom heads, as you guys can see, for Ned rigs, and that's really about it in there. Here I have all of my tube hooks. I have both weighted tube hooks, which are 1/4 ounce. Here are some ones with rattles. And I also have my weightless ones. I think these are 3 or 4/0. These are 3/0 that I use for my weightless tubes. Over here I have some of my heavier shaky heads and heavier ledge hooks, I guess. This is the 1/2 ounce Owner shaky head. Really like this guy. Also have some Eco Pro Tungsten 1/2 ounce wobble heads. I have not used yet, but I haven't used this brand yet, but they look pretty good. I use those for ledge fishing, which is why I need to compartment my ledge hooks. Up here, I have mostly weights, as you guys can see. I have a bunch of these little jig heads that I use for grubs and for multi-species. In here, I have all of my split shots and some beads. Up here, I have my drop shot weights. These are kind of unorganized right now. These are 1/4 ounce and lighter, I believe. Cylinder, as you guys can see, cylinder, and ooh, that fell, and teardrop. Moving on, I have my heavier. Oh, it's not supposed to be here. This is my drop shot hook. My drop shot weights are very unorganized right now. I'm sorry, but here I have a 3/8 ounce drop shot weight, some 1/2 ounce, and some really light ball head drop shot weights, which are really good when the fish seem to or want to bite the drop shot on the fall. I like throwing these ones so they have a larger chance of grabbing it on the fall when it goes slower. Over here I got my weights. I do not use tungsten weights. I'm not at that point right now. I know that they will provide me with more sensitivity and all that stuff. I just don't have the money to spend on tungsten right now. This season I'm probably picking up some 1/2 ounce just because I do want to get more into jig fishing and Texas rig fishing. But as of right now, do not have any tungsten. These are all 1/4 and 3/16 ounce bullet weights. I like using the lighter weights with my Texas rigged worms. Here I got some 1/2 ounce bullet weights and worm weights, and here I have some carp rigs and all of my Carolina rigged weights, 3/8, 1/4 I believe, and 1/2 ounce. So that's about it. If you guys are wondering what these tabs are, these come in the Flambeau boxes, the ones that I use for my soft plastics. I cut them up and put them in here. They just prevent rust from forming on your hooks. They soak up all the water, so that just keeps me nice and safe from rust. Ooh, I can't close it. There you go. Moving on, this is my crankbait and jerkbait box. It is quite full. I'm going to be getting another box just for jerkbaits and for my lipless. But as of right now, I have all my crankbaits, all my jerkbaits in this box right here. Let's open her up. So again, this is organized. I have all of my lipless here, jerkbaits here, deep divers here, about 6 to 10 feet-ish, 5 to 10 feet here, and all of my square bills at the bottom. So let's start at the bottom. This is my smallest size square bills. These are all my 1.0s and 1.5s. I got live target here, 1.5 here. It's a KVD, a striking KVD 1.5 and a 1.0, and this really small square bill which I use for rock bass usually and perch. Over here I have all my 2.5s. I'm actually out of 2.0s right now. These are all in this section KVD square bills, all rattled. This one's silent. These are all silent then. I got this one's citrus perch, I believe. I have one here in gill, some sort of gill, probably bluegill, something like that, and another nice natural color here. Here I have all of my deeper diving square bills and my big square bills. So, this is all really unorganized, I'm sorry, but this is a Norman, I believe, 3.5 inch square bill. It dives to 4 to 6 feet. I have all of the depths on the belly right here. And these are my 2 pit bulls that I have left, the Berkeley pit bulls. These are my favorite square bill at the moment. I'll take one out right here. It dives to 5.5 feet, which is perfect for my lake, to take in the grass and getting down to the rock pilings. This one right here, I believe, is an orange craw or something like that, and there's a bluegill colored one here. This one's pretty beat up. I've been fishing a lot around rocks, but my favorite square bill. It's a pretty good price range too. I think it's a 2.5 size. No, it's a 2.0 size. I love those square bills. So moving on, here I have some assortments of, which way does it go? start on this side actually. Here I have some assortments. These are some Bass Pro crankbaits. This one dives to about 4 and this one dives to about 6. This is my last DT10 after restock on these guys. I love throwing the DT10s. I really like the baits, I like the action, and I really like the way that they produce fish for me. This is my last one left right here. I actually don't have a spot for it right now because my jerkbait section is overflowing, so I have to move everything over. But I got some shallower diving ones here and my DT10. Here I have a bunch of 5 to 7 footers, depending on the brand. This is all tangled. This is a Berkeley Digger, which dives to 6.5 feet in perch. This is a Rapala Scatter Wrap. Really like this bait too, really erratic action. It dives to about 7 feet, I believe. I got a Sibyl crankbait that dives to 2 to 6, I think it says. And a Rapala Shad Wrap, I believe this is. It dives to 6 to 11 feet. Over here, I have some more crankbaits. This is actually also one of my favorite crankbaits. This is the Arashi crankbait, the Arashi Flat, which dives to 7 feet. Super natural color, has a circuit board lip, and the self-tuning line tie. Really like this bait. It's a really finesse looking bait. Here I have that has 7 feet. Got the Berkeley Bad Shad 7 that dives to 8.5 feet. Got the Berkeley Wild Thing, which dives to 8.5 feet as well. You guys can see that's a square bill kind of bill, which gives you a square bill kind of erratic action. Really like that bait as well. And I got some Storm or Rapala, I guess. What are these called? Damn it. Wiggleworts. These are Wiggleworts. I picked up a couple of these at Bass Pro. They were on sale. So, and those dive between 6 and like 12 feet, I think, depending on the line. So that's that. Here I got all of my deep diving crankbaits. I don't have many. Most of them I got in mystery tackle boxes, or I just bought because they were on sale. I do not have a deep diving crankbait rod, so I cannot throw these, but I do still have them just for when I do get one, when I buy one. I may be buying one this summer. We will see. This is a DT16, a Yozuri, and another Wigglewort. Here I have some jerk baits because this section was overflowing. These are my smaller jerk baits. Got the Berkeley Cutter 90, which is suspending. Got the Jackal Squad Minnow, which is 95 size, I believe, which is also suspending. Another jerk bait here. Here I got most of my jerk baits. Let me take this out for you guys. Oh, that was a bad idea. Okay, I got here I got a Rapala Shadow Wrap. Another Rapala Shadow Wrap here. This is all tangled, I'm sorry. As you guys can see though. It's a Jackal Squad Minnow again. Another Jackal Life Target. And here I got my only spy bait at the moment. This is, I got from my mystery tackle box. What brand is this? I'm not quite sure what brand it is. It doesn't say on here. It's not Duo. It may be Yozuri actually. I'm not really sure. If you guys know what brand this is, let me know. But that's that. Okay. And then on to my lipless. I do not throw lipless too often. But here I have all of my 1/4 ounce and smaller lipless, and here I have all my 1/2 ounce lipless. Rapala, most of them are red-eye shads, so don't throw that too much though. So that's that. I'm gonna put this box aside. I'll clean it up later and move on to the next box. As for my next box, I got my jig box. Again, I have not thrown jigs too often, but I do have a fair amount of jigs. These are all sorted by the style of the head and then the weight. So we'll start from the top over here. These are my football head jigs. Got a new tag here, got a Strike King here. These are 1/2 ounce in this one section. Here I got my 3/8 ounce, again a Strike King. Both of these are Strike King actually. And here I have my finesse jigs. Most of them are Strike King again. This is a ledge head. These are the Strike King ones right here. In 1/2 ounce and 1/4 ounce. Here I got all my flipping jigs right here. 1/2 ounce, 3/8 ounce, and 1/4 ounce or lighter. This is the Pearl No, this is not Pearl. This is Perfect Jigs, Strike King, New Tech, and Omega. Over here we got some Perfect Jigs. This, I believe, is the Pearl City Jigs, and Perfect Jigs right here, and a bunch of different colors. Over here, we got a little bit of assortment. I have the small ones here. I got a Bitsy jig. I've actually got quite a bit of fish on the Bitsy jig. And this is, what's the brand? This is the Kai Tech swim jig that I just picked up. I haven't tried it out yet. It's a pretty unique looking jig. Over here, I got all my swim jigs. I lied. Here, I got all my swim jigs. 1/2 ounce and 3/8 ounce. And here I have, this is a Perfect Jigs Elite Mini Jig, sorry. If you guys can see the head of that bait, I feel like this is going to be my new go-to jig head. We will see though. Here I got all my 1/2 ounce swim jigs, Strike King over here, Strike King, Perfect Jig. Right here, my 3/8 ounce. This is a 6 cents, Pearl City Jigs. At the very bottom, I have all of my chatterbaits and my rage blades. As you guys can see, I'm running very, very low on chatterbaits. I really have to go to Bass Pro, but I either lost all of them or I can't find them, which is weird because I usually find everything. But this is a New Tech, this is a New Tech chatterbait right here. This is in Summer Cry, I believe. It's a really nice jig. This is in 1/2 ounce, I believe. This is also in 1/2 ounce. This is the Z-Man chatterbait right here. The one I caught my PB on is on my wall, and this is my one and only rage blade. This is in 3/8 ounce, I believe. It should say on there 3/8 ounce. I have not used this yet, but as you guys can see, it's a pretty unique bait. Here I have some of my New Tech jig heads that I keep in this box, and extra rattles in the last compartment. So that's my jig box, nothing too special, but it will get the job done once I start fishing more jigs. So moving on, we got my Topwater and spoon box. I have both spoons, inline spinners, and my Topwaters in the same box. We'll start with the spoons up here. These are just all my spoons. Not too much to say about that. I got all my inline spinners here. This is a Mets that's still unopened, and I have all my hair jigs in that last compartment. Moving on to the Topwater, let's go down here actually. I got all my toads here. I keep them in the plastic baggie here so it doesn't warp the plastic of the box. Got all my holly bottle, most of my frogs, Topwater frogs here. I do have some Doomsday frogs which are in my soft plastic bag right now. But this is my Topwater, all my Topwater frogs. I have 2 Sabiles right here, a small guy from like Walmart. As you guys can see, the Sabiles have 1 hook. This is what I got. This is a Boy Ducket frog, the black one, and this is the Booyah pad crasher right there. Got a sunfish here, and it's on a little compartment. I've used it a bit, haven't caught a fish on it though. Over here I have all of my wake baits, I guess you could call them. This is a Rapala DT, I think. DT1, or something like that. It doesn't actually dive to 1 foot. I put fluorocarbon on it and I couldn't even get it down to 1 foot. It's more of a wake bait. And here I got my Whopper Plopper, which I got from my MTV, and this guy does produce fish. Over here I have all my poppers. Most of these are Bass Pro poppers. I got a live target here. Got a Rebel Pop R here, and both of these are Bass Pro. Up here I have all my walking and spook style baits. I have 2 left right now. This is the Bumble Lures that you guys can do a review on. It's the Croatian bait from Croatia. This is a Yozuri 3DB spook, and this is what is this? A Head and Super Spook Junior right here. Yeah. Over here I have my jitterbugs and such. I have the Hula Popper and 2 jitterbugs. Jitterbugs are really underrated. They catch me a bunch of smallies up north. So that's that. That's my Topwater and spoon box. Alright, so the last box I have here for you guys is my spinnerbait and buzzbait box. I do not use spinnerbaits and buzzbaits as often, so I don't have too many. But these are organized by weight and then by color. These are all my half-ounce spinnerbaits. I prefer to throw half-ounce just because I do like slow rolling spinnerbaits on the bottom of the lake. And half-ounce lets me get to the bottom fast and stay on the bottom. So here I got my white spinnerbaits and my multicolored bluegill spinnerbaits here. This is Strike King, Picasso, I believe it's a Gopro Tungsten, another one I got from my Simple Fishing, and I'm not sure the brand on that one either. Here I got all my 3/8 ounce spinnerbaits. I have two, both of them are Strike King, and here I have my Lucky Craft spinnerbait, which I have fallen in love with. I got it from my mystery tackle box. It's a 1/4 ounce spinnerbait. So you guys can see it's very small spinnerbait, very compact. I really do like the spinnerbait right here. And right here I have my only buzzbait. It is a black buzzbait. It's a clacking buzzbait as well. You guys can hear that. It is a Strike King buzzbait, and I will be picking up more buzzbaits in the future. I just don't throw them too often as of right now, so I don't feel the need to buy any more. But that's my last box. Alright guys, so those are all of my hard baits and my terminal tackle that I own as of right now. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I'm having a lot of fun filming these tackle tour videos. Part 1 will be in the description. Part 3 will also be in the description once it is up and going. Part 3 will be my rod and reel arsenal. If you guys have any comments, any questions, leave them down below. Please like the video if you did like the video. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next one.